What's up, BJJ fans? And of course, the BJJ stands for Blind Judo Journey. I need 30 points to qualify for the competitive aspect of a Judo third Dan. I went to a Dan grading this weekend to try and pick up some of those points. Let's have a look at how the fights went. So the Wazari you saw me just score there did actually get overturned to be an ippon, so happily managed to win my first fight. I didn't even hear the ref saying mate because I went straight into the armbar, landed straight on my face, but it was a really good transition in my opinion, and that's actually what made it eligible for ippon, is that he rolled straight onto his back. This is a pretty standard judo fight for me. The day before I actually went to a session where we were training Morote Seoinage, and I was looking at drop Morote Seoinage, especially against taller people, because the people I were working with were both much taller than me, so thank you to those guys who I was training with on Friday. My opponent here obviously much taller than me, a lot bigger than me, but using those skills to be able to just drop underneath them and hit your drop Seoinage, so pretty happy with this fight. Just for transparency, I am showing you these fights in a different order to what I fought them in. That's just to make the video more interesting, but I do want to make sure that I'm fully transparent on this channel and I'm not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. Let's take a look at my next fight. This fight was a lot of fun. I got caught in a triangle here. I did tap, the ref didn't actually see it. As we have found in previous competitions,
well, you may have to tap here.
Tapping when it's appropriate to tap.
You get some caught just hung on there for a little bit too long.
It's definitely one of my weaker pieces of judo.
The referee just taking care of Miles Solomon.
So I'm pretty happy with myself that I did manage to tap at the right time and I didn't go to sleep.
He's up on his feet. He's a little bit more embarrassed than anything. He's fine.
So here I do attempt to do what's called a pedro pass or an over-under pass, and I didn't do it very well. It's something I'm working on, but I'm happy that my takeaway from this is go and work on that more when people are good at doing triangles. So I'm definitely going to take that away and work on that. This was a really fun fight, actually. The guy was a bit smaller than me, but I think he's a perfect example of how technique is equivalent to strength. I felt like, oh my gosh, his technique is so good here that I'm not able to just power through or use my strength kind of thing. He was able to neutralize that really well. I think this fight really demonstrates the camaraderie at Dan Grading's, because every time there was a mate, he would give me a hand getting back to the start position kind of thing. He was very okay with the starting grip. But obviously he did win this fight. He's a very, very good player. It was a really fun fight. Let's look at my third fight. Big shout out to Olivia, who was cheering my name whilst I fight. I love having people cheer my name when I'm fighting. It really energizes me. There's a lot to analyze in this fight, even though it's pretty standard. The first exchange, I kind of bailed out of a no Sotogari, and I'm going to go away and look at that and how I can set these things up better, etc. But then in the second exchange, just throw a big Makakomi. It's something that I'm decent at the Heart of England. I won a lot of fights with that. So here's my final fight. I had 20 points towards my third dan at this point. I've got 10 more points to get. This guy I'm about to fight is also a fourth dan, so it's definitely going to be a difficult fight. Let's take a look.
Oh yeah, cheers. You sound so convincing. What did you say that you... Hey, it's great. Hey, great. Hey, great. I bet you wouldn't have. Oh no, it's good to go.
We're going to re-review them in about 15 minutes. When's he due?
Just noticed you wasn't sitting there.
Yeah. We'll give you some self-treatment and then we're going to reattend. Yeah.
Unless you already have it. It's only difficult to say you do sort of like five and six. You'll still get 50 points, but it's
Bridge.
This was such a fun, interesting fight. Like, my opponent was very passive, he wasn't really moving a lot, which meant I had to do a lot of the movement and a lot of the work, and he was very strong, so he's just going to be able to take the grips he wants and then hold me there. So I'm like, okay, I tried a lot of different things throughout the fight. I tried doing some big turn throws, didn't work. Tried doing some backwards throws, some ashiwasa, didn't work. Tried taking him backwards, didn't work. So as you're going through this fight, if this was a competition, I would mostly just work on to keep doing the stuff I know I'm good at, keep blasting, the throws that I know I'm good at, because eventually I might win here on Shidos, I might be able to get something in golden score, something on the ground. But at a Dan grading, you have to win by Ippon. You need to have it be Ippon. And I didn't come here to draw. So for me, I start changing up my style a little bit in these Dan gradings. It's a 4-minute fight, so I've got time to do that. When I realise that I've got about a minute left, I'm like, okay, what I've been doing hasn't been working. Let's try something new. So I try and go for like an over the back grip, which is something I do, but I need to integrate it into my game a bit more seamlessly. And then I'm like, you know what, Sumigeshi, let's give that a go. I haven't done that in competition before. And then it worked. It just worked, like, first time. And I'm like, oh my god, maybe I should go and try and practice this more. But yeah, really excited about that. That throw, I think it's a brilliant throw, to be fair. Really proud of myself. The guy afterwards as well, like, he was a really nice guy, so it was a really good fight, really fun fight, and one that I'm really proud that I can say, whoa, I have 100 points towards my third Dan. That means that I've done the competitive aspect of a third Dan. I am actually going to keep going to competitions like this because they're really good for experience, because you're guaranteed the same number of fights. Your results don't impact how many fights you have, so it means you can go in there and play around a bit more and do some stuff that you wouldn't necessarily always do, and also everyone's really nice to them and they're really good fun. I got my second Dan in April this year. 7 months ago was actually like the second video on my channel of me getting my second Dan, and now I've got the competitive points for my third Dan. I should hopefully get the theory done soon. But I didn't realise the hardest bit of my third Dan would be the time in grade. You need to be a second Dan for 2 years at least. So I've got to wait 1.5 years, but I'm still really proud of being able to get this massive milestone out of the way. If you want to be part of my blind judo journey into international visually impaired judo, then I suggest you keep checking out my channel, because in a few weeks' time I'm going to be going to the Tokyo Grand Prix, which will be my second experience on the international judo stage. Hopefully we'll try and have a better experience than last time, try and not get knocked out in the first round, literally. Hopefully it'll be a brilliant experience. It's going to be in Tokyo, start of December. I'll update more on that in the future. But if you want to be part of my blind judo journey into international visually impaired judo, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Soramare.